Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure today to be here and to host our Progireg Midterm Conference. As you may know, Progireg stands for Productive Green Infrastructure for Urban Regeneration. I'm Elena De Ambrogio. I'm an innovation manager, an enthusiastic innovation manager at the City of Torino and the local coordinator of the Progireg project. But to best kick off this meeting, it is a pleasure to introduce my dear colleague Nicola Farronato, Head of Staff of the Deputy Major for Innovation. Hi, Nicola.
Hi, Elena. Thank you very much, and a warm good morning to everybody from Turin. So today, it's really a great honor to be here and to kick off this midterm event of Progireg. Progireg is connected with the city of Turin thanks to the initial Living Lab link, which then transformed to a wider innovation, inclusion, and sustainability collaboration thanks to the Turin City Lab ecosystem and project. Turin is a city really looking at the future of innovation and the future role of city for sustainability. And among our partners in Turin City Lab, we are lucky to have Green P. Green P is also the beautiful location in which we are today, and also looking at the future of inclusion, innovation, and sustainability. Natural-based solution projects are really key in our view and in the Progireg view. For this reason, I'm really happy to launch the institutional greetings from the Deputy Mayor Innovation, Mr. Marco Pironti, and the Deputy Mayor Environment of the City of Turin, Mr. Alberto Unia. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicola. Let's go with the video. I'm very happy to accompany you all in this, let's say, travel into our Living Lab in Mirafiori South, which has been developed within the Progireg project. It is a pleasure for us at the City of Torino to cooperate with all the project partners and developing this real-life setting with nature-based solutions co-developed and tested with our citizens and partners. The role of the City of Torino is really to accompany, to be a glue with all the other local partners to set up a nature-based solution which not only helps to improve environmental conditions in the district, but also to improve the societal conditions and create new economic opportunities for all.
A warm greetings to all players of Progireg project, and thank you all for sharing our unique goal and unique vision for the city of the future. Thank you. European projects have played an important and fundamental role for the city of Torino. This for two reasons. The first one is it's important for a city to support an active and proactive role in the path of innovation. The second one is a necessary way to face a common challenges, a common problem for the city, to define a unique common path to share our expertise, our experiences, and our way to solve the real problem with the real impact solutions. The city of Torino put in action the vision of a smart city through the project Torino City Lab. Our idea of an open-air platform where all players, public and private players, institutions, citizens, practitioners try to apply their idea of innovation and new innovative solutions. In our case, the Progireg project is an important example of urban regeneration, but the innovative point of view is the approach, a bottom-up approach through a participation model that match all ideas, all need, all expertise in a unique model, even if also a business model to create new opportunities of economic and social real impact. In the field of innovation, in my opinion, innovation is not a choice. Innovative projects go on with or without us. The cities in general can decide which role we can play. Undergo the effect of innovation or play an active and proactive role in this case. If you think about it, the technological problem is not the problem. The real challenge is the human capabilities to capture all this potential. This is a real challenge for our city, and the effort to support all players to test their innovative ideas and innovative approach.
Le nature-based solution sono uno dei criteri fondamentali inseriti all'interno del piano resilienza climatica della città, proprio perché vanno ad agire sui due principali temi, le principali cause di vulnerabilità del territorio. Il primo, le isole di calore, il secondo invece l'assorbimento delle acque piovane. Quindi fondamentale utilizzare sistemi come tetti verdi, forestazione urbana, alberi, piccole aree verdi nei territori, proprio per garantire il massimo del risultato per quanto riguarda le isole di calore, ma anche dell'assorbimento delle acque.
The Living Lab approach puts together efforts from different organizations, from the public authorities, from the research area, from the associations areas, and from citizens. So really, the Progireg Living Lab is a great common effort from all the territory. But it is my pleasure to really thank my colleagues who made this possible. First of all, Laura, our technical manager, Riccardo, our project manager and leader of the UP3, and all the other colleagues from the financial sector and from all the other sectors of the city, which helped us in developing all the actions within the project. And here we are again. Before beginning, just a few instructions. You may have seen into the chat that we launched a very quick Mentimeter where we ask you to give us some insights about how you see Torino now. How is Torino in your mind before discovering Torino and its MBS side? So please do it, and we will check it afterwards. And now with the Progireg claim Nature for Renewal, let's enter deeply into the conference, whose aim is really to accompany you all into a travel into our living lab in Torino Mirafiori South, and to discover it with its local partners in Rio. Before doing this, I would then ask to Mr. Alberto Pozza, our project officer at the European Research Executive Agency, to introduce the concept of nature-based solution and how the European research programs support and will support this innovation project in our cities, in our territory now and in the future.
Thank you. Good morning to all participants. So first, I would like to thank the Progireg coordination team and all the project partners for having organized this event. So I will give you a brief overview of the European context for nature-based solutions, some of which are being tested and developed in Progireg's living labs, of course, including the Torino's one. So nature-based solutions are solutions that are inspired and supported by nature and can provide environmental, social, and economic benefits, also helping to build resilience. So these solutions can bring numerous benefits and can help to face several challenges at the same time. The European support to research and development of nature-based solutions started already with the 7th European Framework Program for Research, which ran from 2007 to 2013. Some of the projects funded under that program generated knowledge on ecosystem-based approaches and on various dimensions of urban sustainability, also leading to a number of city case studies. So based on this knowledge, the knowledge generated by these projects, the European Commission then developed an agenda for NBS with a series of calls for funding projects in Horizon 2020, the program for research and innovation that ran from 2014 to 2020. So now the projects from those calls of Horizon 2020, which include also, of course, Progireg, are in the demonstration phase, and they are providing evidence about nature-based solutions for policymakers and for the business actors. Within Horizon 2020, more than 150 million euros have been invested in research and innovation projects on nature-based solutions. The calls covered several aspects of NBS. For example, 2 calls were focused on demonstration of NBS in cities. One was in 2016, another in 2017, where Progireg was funded together with other 3 projects. Other calls were focused, for example, on the development of NBS for hydrometeorological risk reductions, on the development of business governance and financing models for NBS. And moreover, in 2020, a series of reports were published by the European Commission to valorize the project results of NBS. And this was a stock-taking exercise that provided the most updated evidence based on NBS, also identifying how NBS can contribute to EU policies. Well, now the ongoing pandemic has also highlighted the importance of nature for human health and well-being. The European Commission will continue to invest in research and innovation in nature-based solutions through the Green Deal and through Horizon Europe. Horizon Europe, the program for research that started in 2021. In these programs, there will be a focus on promoting the scaling up and stepping up of implementation of nature-based solutions. So just to conclude, I can comment that this event is an excellent occasion to show the contribution that Progireg is bringing to the development of NBS and to help promoting then raising awareness about NBS. So I thank you for your attention.
Alberto, very much for being here, and it is also good to know that there will be some future for NBS in our cities, so that we will pass from testing to scaling and to planning for future NBS in our cities. And of course, we will have big opportunities also linked to React Europe and Next Generation Europe funding for bigger and structural green interventions for our cities. Thank you again. And now I would invite our project coordinators the Technical University of Aachen, Technische Universität Aachen, I guess, which should be represented here by Margot Albert. And I will ask to Margot to introduce the concept of the project and the partnership.
Thank you, Elena, for this introduction. A warm welcome from me. My name is Margot Alberts. Also on behalf of my colleague Axel, who is also coordinating this project, who is unfortunately ill, but he sends his regards. So Progireg, the project started in June 2018. So we have a good 2 years, to go and until we finish. We are over 30 European project partners, ranging from the public sector, such as municipalities and cities, academia, the private sector, to local communities in 8 partner cities throughout Europe. But let's step a little back, because Progireg, what does it actually stand for? It means productive green infrastructure for post-industrial urban regeneration. So this is a sort of a more narrow focus on what Alberto Pozza said, where nature-based solutions can fit in and can be used for regeneration purposes. Because most post-industrial cities and neighborhoods suffer from several challenges, such as poor water, air, soil quality, but also human health and well-being, and loss of biodiversity, also often connected with economic difficulties. So the objective of the Progireg project is to demonstrate that using nature-based solutions have many benefits for social, economic, and ecological regeneration of post-industrial neighborhoods, and to create productive green infrastructures in these areas, which often lack quality green spaces. And so by doing so, the project aims to improve the living conditions and reduce climate change effects, but also providing measurable economic benefits to citizens, entrepreneurs in these urban districts. Within the Progireg project, 4 cities, including Dortmund in Germany, Zagreb in Croatia, Ningbo in China, and of course Turin in Italy, are developing and testing and implementing 8 different types of nature-based solutions, which we will see and hear more about in the course of the next 2 days. And these are so-called living labs, sort of real, real life laboratories, so to say. And this is done, and I think this is a very maybe not unique, but a very special point about the Progireg project, that it is in a transdisciplinary format, meaning it is with and for the local communities in the cities, meaning that local families and citizens play an active role in actually developing their own neighborhood tailored to their local needs. And building on these experiences we are making and we've made during the project, and the knowledge we gathered, sort of one of the overarching goals is replicating nature-based solutions in the other 4 European partner cities, which are so-called follower cities, based on the experience we made in Turin and Zagreb and Ningbo and Dortmund, and also then being able to transfer and upscale sort of best practice examples and methodologies beyond the project, which can benefit then any other city which wants and feels that it would be beneficial to use nature-based solution for urban renewal. So let me finish in saying, of course, we would have liked to meet all together, in person, but given the pandemic, it is just not possible. So, I'm very grateful, and a big thanks to, to the Turin team for organizing this really creative and fun event. I'm very curious. I think we're all very curious to cycle and walk through the Living Lab in Turin and see what you've actually achieved and implemented and what impact it has over the last 2.5 years. So, and how it has affected the urban quality of the Mirafiori district. So many thanks, and I wish everyone, lovely sessions and rides and walks. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Margot, for your introduction and also for underlining the role of knowledge sharing among the cities, which is not only about the technical barriers for MBS development, but also on how to overcome together administrative and market barriers. Thank you again. And you are curious, but I will let you and the other participants wait a little bit more because we would like to do some little ice breaking. So, Nicola, let's play. I would
Absolutely.
ask to Mattia to introduce our first Kahoot quiz, which we have called our first Nerd MBS Kahoot. Mattia, go.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. We start with a little game to understand how much do you know about a nature-based solution. So the game is very easy. We play with the app Kahoot. What you have to do is just go to www.kahoot.it. Now you can see the screen. So just go to here and you have to put this number 589988882. I put the numbers in the chat, in the WebEx chat, so you can just merge and paste. Okay. Okay. So I repeat the number 589998882. Okay, now is also the number, you can find the numbers in the chat. Okay, we wait some seconds to wait all the participants. So it's a very easy game. It's just a quiz. I make some questions. You have to answer to the question. There are 4 buttons, 1 red button, 1 blue button, 1 yellow button, 1 green button. Okay. You are a lot today. You are more than 100, so a lot of gamers.
The number again, Mattia, for me, so I also play.
Okay, the number, you can find also the number in the chat. The number is 5899882. You have to go to join at www.kahoot.it.
Here I am.
Okay, so let's play. Close the chat. Are you ready? Go. Okay, Progireg 2021. 3, 2, 1, go. So, first question. The new soil is an high quality soil in large retailers, red button. soil regeneration using materials from circular economy, blue button. A teaching project in secondary school, yellow button. An organic eye shadows, green button. So you have to push each one of these buttons. Okay, the most faster take more points. So it's not just the right answer, but counts also how much you are speed. So the right answer is soil regeneration using materials from circular economy. Okay, next question. So V is the right one and the faster one. Go. Second question. Urban horticulture. Red. It's only possible in boxes with certified soil. Blue. It's no longer practiced in larger cities. Yellow. It is implemented in Turin in various forms. Green. It is a street artist movement. Okay, just few seconds. Remember, faster you will be, more points you get. Okay, the right answer is the yellow one. It's implemented in Turin in various forms. Next questions. Okay, just look at the scoreboard. V is the one. Okay, next. Third. Okay, green roof. The green roof are only buildable on the new certified buildings. Blue one, in Turin there are only intensive green roofs used for cultivation. Yellow, they will replace the installation of luci d'artista next Christmas. Green, they can be both intensive and extensive.
Buongiorno a tutti, vi apre, buon lavoro.
Okay, the right one was the last. The K can be both intensive and extensive. So look at the scoreboard. Okay, V is the one. Second place for Isabel. Next question. 4. Green corridors. Green corridors improve urban biodiversity. Blue, they are exclusively ornamental. Yellow, they can only be built near watercourses. Green, these are funds in favor of public parks. Remember, be fast. Okay, just a few seconds. Okay, improve urban biodiversity. So look at the scoreboards. V, I mean that I think that V stay for victory because it always is at the first place. Okay, next question. They involve in the involvement of the private sector in public parks. Red, it can only take place on private areas. Blue, in Turin, is not allowed. Yellow, it can only happen in leap years. Green, it is a method for identifying new resources in the care of greenery. Okay, just a few seconds. 2, 1. Okay. The correct answer was the last one. And look at the scoreboard. Okay. I think that the real game is for the second place because V is the best one. Question 6 to 7. The butterflies in Turin, they have completely disappeared. Blue, they are a subject of a citizen science project. Yellow, they are a valuable ally against PM10. Green, they are eliminated with biological control. Okay, so 10 seconds more. 3, 2, 1. Okay, the correct answer, of course, is the second one. They are a subject of citizen science project. So look at the scoreboard. Okay. The game is just for the second and the third place. Luca and Eva. 7 to 7. Last question. Co-design is It's a very expensive Danish table. It is a method for involving citizens in the design of works. It is used only in circular economy yellow. It is a co-design system used only in universities. So I think that is a Danish table, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yes. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So the right one was, it is a method for involving citizens in the design of works. And so look at the podium. Third place is for Eva.
Eva.
Second place, Luca. And the first is, I think I know this one, V. Okay, V, you dominate this Kahoot. All the greetings. So,
Great.
thank you for playing with us.
Thank you, Mattia, and thank you to all of you who played with us. And it was a training because we will keep playing somehow in these days. And in the last day, we will also have a special prize for the people who will won. So keep training with our NBS jokes. And now, last, we are really there to begin our virtual tour to Mirafiori South. Some instructions before departing for our tour. First of all, as you see, I will always be accompanied by some special guests who are the real actors of our activities into the Living Lab. And here today we have Alessandra Ayres, our star landscape architect at the city of Torino. So good morning, Alessandra. Happy to have you here.
Good morning, Elena. Thank you very much for your presentation. So welcome to everybody. It's a pleasure to have you all in Torino. It's a pity that today is only on video, but the invitation is still valid for the future. So as soon as possible, we want you all here in Torino for real. So we are talking about Mirafiori. Now we are going to start a beautiful tour in this part of the city. Mirafiori has a long and interesting history because it starts from the 16th century, and in the late period, in the 17th, has been a great developing in the residential and construction part of the city. So due to the construction of the Fiat factory, car factory, so many people came to that place to live. And some recent time we had some regeneration program in that place, but the last one, Progireg, has been so interesting because of NBS solution. So with NBS solution, we are thinking about the future and we are thinking about the next generation program. So we are before it. So we are thinking about a greener and more sustainable and a better future for this part of the city. So welcome, and we will see the video.
Great. Another instruction, we invite you all to interact and to participate and to put questions into the chat. So now we will see the first video, and afterwards we will comment it with our guests, and we will also, of course, take a look to your questions. So the first video, the first step of our tour is into a school, and we will show how some NBS have been implemented into one school and into other schools in the area. We will start from Cairo School in Via Torrazza, Torino. The school has been built in the 70s, a period, as you said, Alessandra, where a lot of people were coming to Torino, also from the south, coming to work at the Fiat plant. And here with the Progireg, we have put in place two nature-based solutions, an indoor green wall and a garden in wooden boxes, which have been realized here and in other 7 schools. Any comments before starting our trip?
Yes, for sure. It was so interesting working in a school because it's so important to be with children as they are so young so they can start learning. That is because of next generation is here, because we are thinking about the young people to go further, to discover this kind of NBS solution, and so to have a better future for everybody.
Great. So no more waiting. Let's start our trip in our living lab in Mirafiori Sud, Torino. Let's go.
L'edilizia scolastica ha avuto come ruolo quello di individuare una scuola idonea per l'accoglienza di questa installazione della parete verde, una parete che non interferisse con i piani di evacuazione in caso di emergenza e che potesse essere collocata in un luogo significativo per la scuola. È stato necessario da parte nostra fare innanzitutto il vaglio delle specie delle piante che dovessero essere idonee per i bambini e poi abbiamo allestito tutto l'impianto di adduzione dell'acqua, di smaltimento di quest'acqua eventualmente in eccesso e abbiamo realizzato un armadio dove collocare le elettrovalvole, la pompa e la centralina per la fertirrigazione. Questa parte fatta a carico della città per un importo minimo di 2.000 euro.
So the tender was to find the technology that was perfect to fit in an interior place. So this is a corridor with the light coming from upside, and we need a lot of light for plants to grow in a perfect way. Yes, it was, the period was quite tough, I must say, but during the Christmas vacation, we could do everything, we could finish, and we were lucky because at the end of the Christmas vacation, the children could come back to the school so they could see it. It was a great surprise for them. It was a Christmas surprise, really. The process was quite long, as in Italy is always quite long, the tender process, but the work was very, very quick. So in just 3 days, we did everything. So between Christmas and New Year's Day, everything was done, was ready and was green.
Da diversi anni realizziamo giardini verticali un po' in tutta Europa. Abbiamo creduto fin da subito che i giardini verticali dovessero rientrare non solo in un ambito privato, ma anche in un ambito cittadino. Quindi abbiamo accolto questo progetto perché crediamo che sia importante creare un'interazione tra le piante e l'uomo. Quindi questo sicuramente è un progetto che permette la fruibilità di uno spazio comune, aperto al pubblico, condiviso, dove le persone possono avere una relazione con la parete verde. Qua abbiamo utilizzato quello che è il nostro sistema, che si chiama VP Modulo. È un sistema che l'azienda Verde Profilo ha costruito negli anni a seguito appunto dell'esperienza fatta. È un sistema costituito da delle vasche, da un sistema di montanti e profili che vengono applicati al muro e una serie di vasche dentro le quali viene inserita della terra e vengono poi piantumate le piante. Il sistema vasca garantisce una tenuta e una resistenza anche dell'acqua, quindi un risparmio idrico e un contenuto di terra sempre a disposizione della pianta, sia per il nutrimento e appunto anche per l'irrigazione.
So we start to think how to develop the educational program for the Cairo school last summer. The response of the teachers, all the pupils, and thanks to the head of this school, we start to obtain very interesting and very important results. Then another practical activities that even we have started to do is to teach them how bring a little piece of this wall to their home. And so we teach how they cut a little part of these plants. And then we cut a little part of this, we move in the class, we explain how plant this part of the plants with the soil, with the water, and bring these small plants and take care of this plant.
Ma noi siamo stati molto entusiasti di accogliere questo progetto quando ci è stato proposto, perché l'idea di migliorare attraverso delle piante, un ambiente dove quotidianamente i bambini vivono, passano. È una bellezza, è un colore, valore aggiunto sicuramente a un ambiente in cui i bambini passano molto tempo. Loro sono stati molto contenti e anche un po' incuriositi, e così abbiamo potuto cominciare questa progettualità di alcune attività didattiche alla scoperta di come le piante crescono, si riproducono, si possono anche portare in altri ambienti e far crescere. E devo dire che il prendersi cura di un qualche cosa che altro da sé è sicuramente un valore educativo che a noi piace e che vogliamo portare avanti. E quindi grazie di questa opportunità.
Okay, we are now in one of the school gardens, educational gardens in school we realized in the frame of Progireg. We have 8 of them, 5 in all the primary schools of Mirafiori district, 2 in kindergartens and 1 in a vocational school. The role of educational gardens is both to reconnect kids with agriculture. They are town kids, some of them believe that vegetables grow in supermarkets. So it's a way to have them experiment and learn how actually vegetables are grown. And furthermore, it's a way to teach them about agriculture, how agriculture can be sustainable, how can we grow food for everyone, respecting the environment and biodiversity. So we also have educational activities that allow kids to learn something about the research which is conducted in the frame of Progireg. So biodiversity, new soil, the importance of soil and soil conservation.
So here we are again after our first step, and now we have here Elena Comino from the Polytechnic of Turin.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for this invitation, and thank you very much to be involved in this great project. I'm a teacher applied ecology for environmental engineers student, but in this project, the challenging aspect is that I teach to the kids in the primary school. So the challenging aspect was to find the way in order to involve the young children. We are talking about kids between 6 and 10 years old, to learn about nature-based solution, about green wall, about the function of the green wall, the property of this wall. And this is an experience that is absolutely amazing.
Great.
Yes, yes.
And remotely, we also have Vittorio Bianco, another protagonist of this video. I have cut some keywords during the video. We spoke about innovative gardening solutions indoor and outdoor, about educational programs for all, other keywords: agriculture, biodiversity, soil conservation, and the deep value of take care. So both of you, Elena and Vittorio, have undertook some innovative training experiences. So what are the first results? How many classes did you reach? And how long will you offer these experiences in schools?
Well, I start to answer to your last question. For how long? I hope forever, for many years anyway. And especially what I would like to underline, I would like to take this educational project even after the finish, when the project will be finished, because this is really, really important. The preliminary results of this are amazing, are great. The kids involved, they attend the lecture, the class, the frontal class, and the practical activities that we develop with a great response. Actually, we involve 3 classes, because in Italy we have the primary school is divided in 5 levels. It means kids between 6 and 10 years old. So we started to work with kids in the first, second, and third level. And we already finished this first class and first activities. We will start in a couple of weeks with the 4 level. So it means kids with 9 and 10 years old. And we have already scheduled some classes for September. Because due to this pandemic situation, due to the situation, we was obliged to stop some activities during the Easter holidays. But even during this period, we organized some remote lecture and we recorded some videos. And even with this kind of activities, we have, I think, a great successful even talking with the teachers, because this is really, really important, yes.
Right, thank you, Elena. And Vittorio, what about you, about gardening in wooden boxes here at Cairo, but not only here?
Well, first of all, good morning, everybody. And well, we have engaged around 20 classes, primary school classes, in all 5 primary schools in the South Mirafiori neighborhood. Furthermore, we are working with 2 kindergartens, so it's about 4 classes of kindergartens kids. And finally, we work with students with special needs in the vocational engine school. So it's around, we can say, 26 classes. Of course, COVID has put somehow in jeopardy our program because school was closed last year for many months, and this year also there has been some disruption. But the program is running smoothly now that the schools are open and we are in spring, so all the plants are flowering and the kids are happy to be able to stay in the school gardens and work together with our educators once again.
Right, thank you, Vittorio, and thank you, Elena. We can continue our travel in Mirafiori South. And now the journey continues by bicycle. So our technical manager, Laura, will lead us from Via Torrazza, will turn into Via Monastir, and take the cycle path to reach Via Onorato Vigliani and up to number 102, where we find Orto Wow. Orto Wow is a new place into an abandoned building which is owned by the city, which was not used before the Progireg started, and which now hosts 2 NBS, a pollinator-friendly garden with beehives and an extensive green roof. So let's have a look at Orto Wow, and then we will comment afterwards. Thank you again, and Vittorio.
Thank you.
And we arrived at Spazio Wow. This is an old building, a factory building, which after the Second World War was a center for innovation of agriculture. Now it's an abandoned building and it's owned by the city. And we did here 2 MBS for Progireg.
Yeah.
For the irrigation system of the green roof, we installed this tank of 11,000 liters. We are testing if the rainwater collected is enough, and we are improving our irrigation system.
We are a group of volunteers Every Tuesday, we met here to take care of the pollinators' garden. All the people here are from therapeutic communities in the neighborhood. They are involved in orthotherapeutic activities and jobs, and of course, garden is one of the best activity that we can share together.
Sto imparando anche a annaffiare frutta e verdura nella terra. Strappo un attimo le foglie e in più sto scavando bene e mettendo bene dei semi.
Allora, tutti i martedì togliamo le foglie, annaffiamo le piante, annaffiamo o se no se c'è qualche erba lo togliamo.
Torino is the best city in Italy, maybe for the farmer market. We have to remember that the first farmer market was born in Torino in 1994. In the last few years, Coldiretti has a very important role in this area, because thanks farmer market that it's open each Friday afternoon, maintain a dynamic life in this place.
Siamo un gruppo di cittadini, naturalmente, che ha deciso di mettersi insieme fondando questa comunità Slow Food degli impollinatori metropolitani per mettere al centro della propria attività, ma in generale della società, la biodiversità. Per cui in questo posto qui faremo alcune cose. Faremo quello che ho detto, cioè seminare cassoni, bordure, c'è già il tetto, con piante mellifere e quindi fare attività appunto di divulgazione sulla biodiversità, formazione, che è un altro dei nostri progetti, quello di formare gli agricoltori, specialmente extracomunitari, in modo da rifugiati e che possono avere qualche strumento in più per lavorare, per mantenersi e inserirsi nella società.
Fondazione Mirafiori plays a role of coordinating the activities in this district and support the involvement of active citizens and informal groups in participating in the project. In last year, in 2020, Fondazione Mirafiori has promoted a pact of collaboration for the management and the regeneration of this area that is now called Spazio Wow. The Pact of Collaboration has been signed by Fondazione Mirafiori, the Civic Administration, Associazione Parco del Nobile, Coldiretti and Comunità degli Impollinatori Urbani. The goal of this Pact of Collaboration here in Spazio Wow is to care for the green areas, as you can see, involving vulnerable groups or active citizens and volunteers, to promote initiatives related to environmental sustainability, and to make available this area for public use and for the local community.
Ortialti is a cultural association which is focused on urban regeneration through nature-based solutions. Our main goal is to develop urban agriculture through community gardening, intended as a device for regenerating the urban environment and involving active citizens in the management of the community gardens. We are partners of Progireg, and thanks to this European project, we have developed two nature-based solutions. One is green roof, an extensive green roof planted with melliferous plants and flowers, and the others is gardens realized in, as you can see, in wooden boxes, which is again a pollinator-friendly garden, and it is also planted with vegetables. And thanks to this collective urban analysis, we have identified this place as one of the main area that can be transformed, and because it is very interesting both from the physical point of view and the environmental point of view. In fact, we are very close to the Colonnetti Park, which is one of the main green area of this neighborhood. But also because of its history. It used to be a factory. It has been abandoned for years. But again, it hosts some activities like the market. So the idea is that thanks to the nature, this place can have in future another life.
Yes, the city of Torino in 2016 approved a regulation on urban commons that allows citizens, groups of citizens, associations, NGOs, whatever, to sign pacts of collaboration with the city of administration in order to co-design and co-manage pacts of collaboration. The CoCity project was financed under the UIA initiative, Urban Innovative Action Initiative. And the aim of the project was to unlock the potential of urban participation, of urban engagement, of citizen engagement. The idea of the project was that the lack of trust between public administration and the citizens is one of the critical side of the urban deprivation, of the urban crisis. At least 60 pact of collaboration that operates in the city, in different city districts. All these kind of these pacts of collaboration has different purpose, but this common aim of working together, of co-managing public spaces such as this one, or more complex activities, reusing public buildings previously underused.
And here we are again. I have another special guest that you already know. Here we have Emanuela Saporito from Ortialti.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
Hi, Emanuela. So here the keywords were nature, but also urban commons, community engagement, even of weak groups. And so you explained very well into the video how a bunch of NBS has really transformed an abandoned building and make it a new place, alive, healthy for citizens. So what are the activities that you and the other partners within the Collaboration Pact have planned for this spring, and what are, up to you, the plans for the future of our Orto Wow?
Yeah, so we have planned a program of, I think, almost 11 appointments in the next 3 months, so from May to July, which will be workshops, laboratories, open air, of course, activities devoted to children, but also adults, with the aim of involving them in the life of pollinators. So the idea is to explain them, but in a very easy and fun way, how it can work, this complementary life between pollinators and the city. So we'll organize a series of very I would say educational activities in this sense. We have also the opportunity to collaborate with a number of local actors. So we will have a collaboration with Coldiretti, with Fondazione di Comunità Mirafiori, but also with the network of researchers who studies the pollinators in the city. So it's going to be, I think, really, really fun and really interesting for many different targets of people. So you asked about the future of this place.
Yeah.
I don't know, it used to be a building where there were research on agricultural machinery. So I am fascinated by the idea that thanks to this NBS, which are technological solutions for new ways of integrating agriculture to the city life, well, this building will somehow regenerate itself, keeping this vocation on agriculture and green, and deepening this research function. Okay, maybe investing something more on contemporary technologies on agricultural productions, maybe aeroponics or hydroponics, and I don't know. I really hope that this vocation will stay there, and I believe it. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Challenging vision, and which will help more and more to qualify the identity of Mirafiori South from industrial district to a green identity district. Thank you very much, Emanuela.
Thank you.
And now let's visit the last step of our morning tour. The journey continues in the Colonnetti Park up to the park house Casa del Parco, which is home to the Fondazione Comunità di Mirafiori. And here we will see the new access to the first green roof in Torino, the first which was realized in Torino. And we will understand together how the role of community hub in social inclusion and urban regeneration. So let's go for our next step in Mirafiori South.
Welcome to Casa del Parco, the house of the neighborhood, the location of Fondazione Mirafiori, our partner in Progireg. Here we did the first MBS in Torino, the refurbishment of the green roof.
Mirafiori Community Foundation was established in 2008 after 10 years of requalification program in the Arton. The main activities of Community Foundation are grant making, so the support, economical support to association and projects, social and cultural projects in Mirafiori. We also do fundraising So we collect public and private resources which can be invested in the social process. We do direct management of some local development projects, especially we do direct management of Casa nel Parco, which is a community hub in Mirafiori. We operate thanks to the cooperation with more than 40 associations engaged in Mirafiori. We have more or less 150 volunteers which work with us in a process of social inclusion and cooperation. More or less, we finance about 25 social and cultural projects in the district. Nowadays, we are working a lot on the green identity of Mirafiori because we think that the district can have in the green identity a sort of exit from the old image of an industrial district mainly linked to Fiat Enterprise.
Since 1995, we started the project of a urban renovation project. And for 20 years almost, we work here and we transformed this place. It was already a beautiful green place, but we did a lot of things in this place. Yeah, so I'm a landscape architect. So to me, it was quite a good opportunity to work in such a place. This was the part that was almost abandoned in 1995. So the decision to build this kind of building, the Casa del Parco, was that this was to be a hub, a social hub and cultural hub for all the neighborhood. And this was the first green roof for the city of Turin. So the first public green roof in the city. So Progireg was a great opportunity for all of us because we could come back to this place and do some more things on this green roof. So make it more accessible to all the people so that it's easy to come on the roof to do things over here, cultural events, concert, everything, picnic also. And it's a very nice place because you can reach this green roof and take a look at the park, take a look at the mountain, take a look at the neighborhood on my back. So from here you can see everything around you.
And here we are again, here with my dear friend Alessandra, and remotely with Roberta Molinar from Casa del Parco. So into this video, into this step, we understood the role of community hubs in Torino, and specifically in your work in Mirafiori South, which seems to have led to redefine the identity of Mirafiori, to lead from the industrial district to a new green identity. So Roberta, Casa del Parco is one of the Turin community hub. Is there a network? Do you work somehow together? And is nature and regreening for social inclusion an interest of cooperation among the community hubs in Torino? And first of all, welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Okay, thank you. Casa nel Parco is today a neighbor house located in Mirafiori district, and it is managed by Fondazione Mirafiori. In Turin, there are 8 neighbor houses located in different parts of the city, and they are called houses because their goal is to make people feel at home. And houses, neighborhood houses, are places of everyday life. Since 2017, there is a network that includes the 8 neighborhood houses. It is a non-profit organization established by the 8 houses. And there is also a manifesto that describes the main principle. And one of the main principles is that neighborhood houses do not focus on any particular target or any particular field of activities, but they are open to everybody, regardless age, culture, geographical origin. Generally speaking, neighborhood houses are places for active participation, for social inclusion, for community welfare, for urban generation, for social innovation, and for volunteering. But they are also places where you can find, as a citizens, opportunities for your free time, social, artistic, cultural opportunities, and first level social care services, such as information desks. The goal, the houses are deeply connected with the community and with the territory. So Casa nel Parco is strongly connected to Spazio Wow and to the other place where Progireg has been implemented in Mirafiori district, because the goal is to create a sort of local network in order to find a collective solution to local needs.
Roberta. And Alessandra, after this first step-by-step approach in Mirafiori, do you have further comments about this video or the other steps?
Yes, sure. One thing I was thinking is that when we designed the Casa del Parco back in 2005, more or less, just before the Olympics, it was quite challenging because, you know, it was not so normal to build a building that was all together with the landscape and that was with a green roof, because it was the first, as I told before, was the first green roof of the city of Torino. So it was a great challenge. And now I'm so glad to project like Progireg, because now we feel that it's much more something that is in the sentiment of the people. So now is a matter that is we talk a lot about, we do a lot about, that is the most important. So being more sustainable, be more green, be more linked to nature-based solution. This is the most important thing about this project, because this project is a real pilot. So that means that can be spread in different solutions, can be spread in different places of the city. So it's really a good way to start from.
That's why also a minor intervention like the new access to the existing green roof and the improvement of the existing green roof has been an important intervention to allow to everybody, to all, to access to this new piece of green and a new terrace for the district. So.
Yes, for sure. It's important because it's small, as you told, but even smaller things sometimes are so important. And that means that most people can go there, most people can understand the meaning of that, the importance of that kind of things, can know better the place itself and all the important things that Fondazione Mirafiori is doing over there. So we are going to do more things on the roof, of course, and be inside the park, see the mountains, see the landscape around you. So it's even a small thing, it's always so important.
It was, really. So I'm really happy of this first visit into our living lab in Mirafiori South, and I would like to thank all our special guests here and remotely. Of course, the first part is ended, but it is really the first part. We have a lot more to see this afternoon and tomorrow. So I thank you also the participants which were really active. We also got some questions into the chat. Just to say that we did not miss them, but we will ask these questions to the right people today and tomorrow, and specifically the questions about which are the best plants to attract pollinators. It will be discussed later today and tomorrow with our colleagues from the University of Torino. Okay, I only check if we have some questions more. I do not see any other questions, so it is time to close our first quick trip in Mirafiori South. Thank you again, and see you later. Bye.
Le nostre città hanno bisogno di verde, se restano grigie è proprio l'uomo che ci perde, per questo l'Europa ci dà soluzioni, sono 8 e van bene per tutte le stagioni, si ispirano alla natura e unite ci danno futuro e più cultura. Economia e società tutti insieme, ecco alcuni esempi, intoniamoli per bene, pareti e poi tetti coperti di fiori, insetti biodiversi che fanno da impollinatori, giardini, energia più pulita.